This is insane. You can now take a picture and turn it into a full functioning video with AI. This has just gone next level. So I went into the hard drive and pulled out a bunch of pictures that I thought I would try with this just to show you guys how to use it. And I've never actually used this tool before, so let's dive in. All right, so I went into my photo library here and I thought this could be awesome for old photos that, maybe of people past especially. So I got a bunch of photos here. The first one is my dad holding a northern pike. The second is an image I drew many, many moons ago. Third here is George St. Pierre. If you ever followed UFC, you might know who he is, but he's wearing one of the shirts that I designed for a friend of mine who owns Stare Down Fightwear that he modeled for us. Another one here of Stacy and I'll just make this bigger so you can see it. At Halloween. Me at Halloween is Captain Jack Sparrow. A Garbage Pail Kids card here. Me and my dog Tonka as Muppets. It's a ChatGPT generation here. Dad and I on the beach, and he has passed, so I'm going to see if we can, do something pretty cool with this. And another one of my dad when he was really pretty much at the end of his life at this point. And then Stacy and I at a beach bar here on Key Cocker. Another different dock that we're at, just me. And in the spirit of pride, I did a t-shirt mock-up with a design saying I'm the rainbow sheep of the family that I just got from Placeit. So the design is from Placeit and the mock-up's from Placeit. I didn't create the design or anything of that effect, but I wanted to see what we can do with this image too, because as you guys know, Etsy allows videos, right? And they've also said that listings with videos added in them have a way better chance of selling, but creating proper and good looking listing videos is kind of hard to do sometimes, right? So we're going to see what we can do with this. First things first, I'm going to move this out of the way, show you what this looks like here. So this is Pollo.ai. I'll leave a link down below for sure. If you do feel inclined to check it out and try for free, please go ahead and use my link. It looks like we can create a twerk video, a kiss me AI, a hug. So you can take two images side by side and make them hug. That is insane. We can do a couple of different things here. So they do image to video, text to video, consistent video character. For today, I'm just going to test out this image to video thing. It looks really cool. So we just take an image here and, things start moving. Pretty crazy, right? We got a dog holding a beer. So cute. If this is just an image, look at this stuff. Crazy. Anyway, let's get to it here. So I'm just going to log in and I'm just going to come over here to image to video. And then I'm just going to drag my first image of Dad with a northern pike here. I'm not going to adjust anything. That looks fine to me. We have a prompt here that is optional. I'm not going to do anything with this. And they've got a seed number here so you can have a consistent character video. So it wouldn't regenerate a particular subject matter over and over. If you ask like ChatGPT, for example, for a change, it's not only going to change the element you asked for, but it might change the entire look of that character or whatever as well. I'm going to leave everything as is, and I'm just going to click create. 3 tasks waiting ahead. Now it said it would take about 60 seconds, but it looks like it took only about 40 or so. Wow, that is insane. That looks so good. It looks so real. And if you come over here, you do have a bunch of different options here. So you could use Kling 1.6. So the one I'm on now is Pollo 1.6, better, faster, and cheaper. Looks like Kling 1.6, you could have more realistic motions, takes about 4 minutes to process. Google Veo 3 is new, realistic outputs with natural audio. Kling 2.0, better motion dynamics and aesthetics. And highest video quality here. Oh, it just keeps going. Runway Gen Turbo, Pixverse. There's a whole bunch going in here. And it just goes for days. Well, I'm just going to stick with this for our intents and purposes today. Now, next up on my list is a drawing I did. I'm just going to leave it as is and click create. See what happens here. So that's the image here. Just a sketch I did in a sketchbook with a ballpoint pen once upon a long, long time ago. I am excited to see what happens here. Oh my God. That is equally awesome and creepy. Wow. All right. Next up, we got George St. Pierre here, UFC legend from Montreal, Quebec. That's in Canada, repping a design I did for a fight shirt. I can't even continue to look at this. This one's creepy. Wow. Now, I didn't put a prompt in here at all, so we'll see what this one spits out. That's crazy. It doesn't really look like him anymore in the video, but it's 100% him there. Interesting. All right, so we got one of Stacy and I now, and I'm going to say, make us kiss. Get out. Look at this. That's insane. Feathers are moving. Her earrings are dangling. Even up here, the feathers moving. That's crazy. The detail here is amazing. I had to try another drawing here. Just want to see if it's actually going to make this thing plane move and wax melt. Let's see what happens. I'll just click on this so you guys can see. It's a sketch I did, oh man, over 20 years ago now, I guess. Just got a twisted wick here, lots of detail. There's another candle in behind, so we'll see what it does. Come on, look at that. The flame is moving and the wax is dripping. Look at this. It's slowly moving down. This one's moving, but look, you can keep your eye on these guys here. They go back up. That's insane. This guy's moving. Wow. That's really cool. All right. Next one. Me as Captain Jack Sparrow. I'm not going to say to do anything here. Oh, maybe drinking rum? I don't know if it'll do that. Don't know how this will work if I just add something to it that isn't in the photo. So there's me. Kudos to my wife, Stacy, for the special effects here with the dreads. They were real hair, but we'll see how it goes. Wow, that's crazy. Thought I only had 3 fingers, but there's 4 there. That's crazy. And then the braids here are moving. This is dangling. This is pretty crazy. Look at that. Wow. I'm sold. I just went and bought the annual subscription. I know what I'm doing with the rest of my day. And this one probably failed because it's just too crappy of an image, I think. Get out. Look at that. Tonka's tail is wagging. I'm petting his head. You guys go down to look at him. That's awesome. That's crazy. The motion in the pants. The trees back here. Keep your eye there. Look at that. There's slight motion in the trees here. That's amazing. Wow, that's crazy. Next, this one's going to tug on the heartstrings a bit. Make us hug. Don't know how I feel about this one. Miss the old man. Wow. Those times you wish you could just have one more hug. Look at this. The ocean, it looks real. It doesn't look screwed up. Now I'll try one with Pops later in life. That's the 4 of us. Mom in the background, my sister on the left. Just going to delete this and see what it comes up with. So here's the original image. Put a little distressed effect on there. I guess there was a filter on it or something from a few years back. But my dad later in life, that's Mom and my sister. See how this looks. Just looks like we're just posing. So I'm going to try a different one. Try that one again and see if it does something different. Oh, I guess I could have just clicked regenerate. All right. It said I was waiting in the queue here, but it looks like they're both going. So that's cool. So my sister blinks in this one. There it is. We're all kind of moving a little bit. See if this one did anything else. Wow. It's like he's looking at how he shaved his head. That's funny. That's something he would probably actually do. That's crazy. Wow. I'm blown away here. All right. Before I get too sentimental here, on to something more recent and more fun. Stacy and I at a beach bar where we're actually going to be going very shortly for supper again. Now remember that I didn't add any prompts into most of these, right? So we'll just see what it does here. Get out. So it's a drink. Oh, it turned it into a phone. That's weird. I think it registered that I was taking a selfie here, so that's not awesome. But this looks great. We could always just crop that out, you know, as her arm goes out. That's cool. That's funny. The tree's moving. So much we could work with this. Try 2 more here, and then we'll try our listing photo for Etsy. This is crazy. So there's a lot going on in this one. I don't know if it's going to get it, but we'll see what happens here. A lot of detail, right? And we're out. I don't know if this is going to register that this is water. You know, you got a railing that's actually going into the water here. Stacy's having a drink. All right, a little wonky on the hand here, but that's cool. Presumably we could tell it to do whatever we need it to do, right? So that's pretty cool. It's got the water. Wow, for a preliminary here, this could be pretty awesome. I'm going to just tell it, that's awesome. Looks great. Crazy. I am sold. Going to try just my selfie here. See if it gets the trees moving. I have a feeling it will. So it's got me talking. I actually look like I'm upset. So I'm just going to say smirking. I mean, you can play around with this and add whatever prompts you want in there. We know that it added a bottle of rum for the pirate one, you know, kind of fit the bill. I'm just going to say smirking here so that it doesn't look like I'm angrily yelling at somebody. Apparently, my resting chill face is not so awesome. Way better and less angry. And now let's add our Etsy listing photo. If this was our original photo, I'll just put flag blowing in wind. I feel like it would probably already do it, but I'm just going to add this here and see what it does. The use cases, though, I have to say for stuff like this is absolutely crazy because you could take anybody's image, put it through something like this, and then sell it right? That's an Etsy sale right there. You're creating a new product, a finished result here. That's pretty crazy. Imagine you can take like somebody's old wedding anniversary for somebody who's passed on, or somebody's grandparents, or an old war vet picture or something like that, you know, something in like from the 50s maybe, where it's all black and white and they're all like dressed nice and dapper. You could have them, you know, turn and face each other and give each other a little peck or give each other a hug. Absolutely insane, right? Think about how many heartstrings you will be tugging on with this stuff too. So let's see what we got here. That's great. That will stand out. It does the job. Nothing outrageous. I didn't want it to get all wonky on us. The shirt's blowing in the wind a little bit. The flag's flapping. That's pretty sweet. And the best thing about this is you got a listing specific video now. So you don't have to worry about doing some kind of compilation or any of those crappy slideshow ones that everybody's trying to tell you to do in Canva. Screw that. This is awesome. Completely unique to that listing. Takes the guesswork out. You got a 5-second video. The other option is 10. You can go 720p. Don't think it's worthwhile or necessary. Probably arguably just cost more. Yeah, it'll cost 10 credits here. And if I did this, yeah, 10. So this would probably be 20. Yeah. So no need to go 720p. I mean, most people are going to be looking at this stuff on their phone anyway when they look at it. So that's pretty crazy. I'm blown away. So I'm just going to go to Explore. So you can create a similar video. So text to video. Wow. You could do a turn generator to have a mock-up show how it looks from when it turns around. Turn people into cartoons. So cool. That's also very cool. Product shot. You got an angel here. Imagine you have your dog growing angel wings. We are seriously tugging on heartstrings here. Holy, that's funny. AI squish effect. Use this. Put my face in there. But yeah, so many things you could do in the memorial niches for pets, for people. Insane, absolutely crazy cases for that kind of thing. Oh, come on. That is ridiculous. And it pulled my head right off. There's trees in the background. This is too funny. This is absolutely insane. Check out the link in the description and have fun.